My name is Carlos Herrera and I'm going to talk about food waste in the UK. Tesco wastes 6.9 billion pounds of food per year. Food waste is a very important issue that we need to address right now because we have a lot of people that is without food, that is homeless on the streets. I've been living in London for about 4 years and I've noticed, for example, as you can see there, I have a Tesco right here, and every night I see how they dump all their food and how they put it in the trash bins, and how the homeless people has to pick all this food from the trash bins where there are rats and a lot of sicknesses. So we want to do this campaign to fight this trouble with Tesco on our side and be able to help and save all this food that is being dumped and be able to give it to charities or to people that are in need.
I've been working with Tesco for over 10 years now. We don't give away food. Some of them we recycle it and some of them we throw it away because it's damaged. We can't sell it for people to consume.
We throw away food every day. It depends on if it's moldy or damaged or if its date goes off. But usually if it's damaged and moldy, we throw it away every day after the citrus closed and the store's closed.
The food instead may be contaminated at the end of the day. If the customers still tell us, okay, they want the food, we can't give it to them because we don't want them to have any problem and come back to Tesco that, okay, you give us food poisonings.
And how do you think that Tesco can provide or help the people that are homeless?
I personally think that we should set up like a food stand or whatever for homeless people just to take. Since it's not going to be sold, it's going to go to waste, might as well just give it away for free.
So in Venezuela we have a food crisis right now, and a lot of products from Tesco are from Venezuela, like the avocado. We have some fruits here, and usually they're here in Tesco for a couple of days and they throw them in the trash because they expire, and people in my country are dying of hunger and here they're just wasting it. Tesco should donate the food that they're wasting. Instead of throwing it in the trash and homeless people getting the food from the trash, they should give it to homeless shelters, or they should sell it in markets and put a cheaper price because the food is about to expire. And they should create conscience for the customers and the people in general.
The problem is that you can't say they can't throw away food, because if you have a customer that the demand they need for the food is not enough, then they are making loss.
I have seen firsthand how the hospitality business deals with the food waste issue. I would say that this same thing happens in supermarkets. This is not only something that happens there, but it also happens in people's houses. I would say that this is an issue that resides mostly in the customer's mind, resides mostly in the lack of nutritional knowledge. The best way to solve this issue would be to reduce the amount of food that is bought at once and to have a better estimate of your weekly nutritional values. So little by little you start making a chart of the nutritional values you need each day and each week, and you stick to that chart.
The biggest worry in restaurants and in the culinary industry is how do we make food the most efficient possible and not to waste food, not to buy in quantities that you know that they're going to go bad, and not to overuse food that not necessarily needs to be cooked in the moment, because then you throw it out at the end of the day and you can't use it, which means you're wasting more and more food. Strategies that we use in our restaurant in order to be very, very cost efficient and very eco-friendly is we try to use every single part of our proteins in different types of our plates. So if we have resting parts of a chicken, we try to make soup. All the vegetables try to be cooked as soon as possible, and we try to buy in quantities where we know that we're going to use it in the time being and they're not going to go bad. Most restaurants have the tendency to overstock their food, which means a lot of it goes bad by the time they even cook it, so they just throw it out, which means they're being very, very wasteful. So our biggest recommendation is to always be very cautious of the quantities you're buying, why you're buying it for, and if you're going to use it in its proper way.
in my household, I buy food once a month, and I feel that now that I think about it, I actually waste a lot of food, and I'm gonna change the way I buy food. I'm gonna buy food one time every week, so the food doesn't expire and I don't waste that much food.
I hope this video got on your thinking, and for us it was very productive because we realized that in order to make a change, we have to be the change. We were trying to blame their big retailers on all these corporations that are wasting so food without realizing that we are the main drivers of food waste. So I would like to give you some advices on how you can tackle this issue by starting by making shopping lists on what are the things that you really need at home, what you don't need. Set meals for each week so you can know actually how much food do you need. I'm talking about weekly shopping because the food gets rotten and that's why it gets wasted. I would also recommend to store all your fruits and vegetables in dry places so they can last more. As a conclusion, I would like to recommend everybody to make a change in their lives and stop wasting so much food and help all the people that is in need, because you never know what can happen in your future, and you may be in need once in the future. Thank you very much.